The Walkera 350, my final verdict is if take 3. My final verdict on hover. It hovered about 78 to 80%, which I find I was wrong. So what I did is I went ahead and cranked it up, thinking that it's the middle range, like 500 is the middle. So I set it all up to 700. So now it seems my throttle response is great. You'll see from the FPV footage that it's great. It seems like I'm still having issues with the Walkera transmitter because when I use it, I set, a 3-position switch for different OSD menu changes. And when I was flying, just right in the middle of flying, it changed the OSD screen, which I knew that was a mistake. Return to launch, the APM, it's working fantastic. It levels off, it flies back. I used the plastic props instead of the carbon fiber props, and they seem to work just fine. When I'm in stabilization mode, this thing flies great. Move a little distance away, I'm having issues, and I believe it's that 7-channel Walkera. That's why I wanted to use the 8-channel receiver. The camera, it's basically a little 700 TV line PAL camera, so I had to set PAL on my on-screen display. This is the 200 milliwatt 5.8. Went and ran the wires inside. It flies great. I'm going to have to go to the flying field and really mess around and test this thing, but I'll show the footage of my last couple flights with it. It is very, very durable, that's for sure.
Okay, this is the first flight. You can see I'm in Loiter. My throttle's up to 80%. This is before I set it. On the left hand side, the amperage is not setting right, but you'll see the stabilization, and I lose control, and it comes crashing to the ground because my throttle at this point is set to, only 300. Okay, on this particular flight, this is when I have the amperage calibrated. You can tell at the top we pull in like 14 amps at this particular moment. Okay, and I have a 3-position set. This is position 2 for my OSD. We're in stabilization mode. 57 feet, 67. We're rising altitude. And then my on-screen display switches on its own. So now it's back to the normal one. To position 1. So the compass, it's working correctly. When I set up the compass, I checked all the directions. I did the compass mat test or whatever, and I'm at 3%. So that's working fine. At this point, I have the hover throttle set in APM to 700, and you can see at 54% stabilization. I'm gaining a little bit altitude, so the throttle response is way better, but you can see, look, I hit 174 feet away. It starts going crazy. All right, then I put it in return to launch, and now everything levels out and APM's working. Okay, so I edited the video. This is return to launch. I put it in stabilization. I'm trying to descend. You can see my throttle go to 100%, but it does stabilize. So that seems to work. But what I was saying about the Walkera receiver, once I get 150 feet away, or sometimes less than that, the on-screen display menu will change just like it did. That's position 2. For some reason, I believe I'm having issues with that Walkera, but thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching, and please subscribe. And my next project will be, I'll go ahead and just do a little teaser here. This is my ZMR 250. Bought it from multirotorsuperstore.com. These are the 12 amp ESCs from Multirotor Superstore, and these are the Sunny Sky 2208 2600 kV. So, and I'm going to use 5-inch props. These aren't props I'm going to use, but the videos on this will be coming soon. I am very pumped and stoked about building this and flying it. Stay tuned.